All right. Hello, everyone. This is Rudy Davis. I'm gonna make a video today. Probably call it Rudy's Recovery Plan. And I'm just in one of those moods today. You know, you see the Dow drop 300 points. You see what's going on with our government. You see the bailout plans. You see the corruption in our government. The corruption in practically every big business. You know, there was a story. I got to relate this story, but I realize nobody's going to listen to me, but that don't stop me from making a video anyway. So even though that, you know, me and like 3 other people will be the only one to watch it, that's fine. I don't really care. But in any event, I want to get to the steps of my recovery plan, but I want to tell you how I feel, kind of. And you know, it's a quick story. If you've ever heard of the play or the book by Victor Hugo, it's Les Miserables. It's a story based in France, and you know, there's some very good characters, and it's a long book, but there's some very good nuggets. And in one scene, there's a little kid, a little street kid, right? He lives out in the street, and his parents don't really care about him, and he's just running throughout the street, right? And there's a revolution going on, right? There's people that are stuck in a barricade that are trying to do an uprising against the French leadership. And so you got the French leadership on one side of the street, and you got the other side is the people in the barricade, right? There's like gun smoke in between, and it may be foggy, I don't know, but somehow there's like smoke in between. And there's this little kid named Gavroche, right? He's like an awesome little kid. You got to read the story, if nothing else, just to hear the story of that little kid. But he's just a little kid. He doesn't even know about danger, right? He's just like, all this stuff's going around, bullets are whizzing all around him. He's singing some little, you know, rhyme, some little French rhyme. He's singing, and he's collecting bullets for the people in the barricade because he knows that he's on their side, right? And he's just having a good time, right? And he's like, the snipers on the French Revolution are trying to take him out, right? They're shooting at the little kid, but he's just having a good time. He's dancing and jumping back and forth, and sometimes he even pretends to die, right? He's like, you got me. And then, you know, the barricade will get all serious, you know, and then he jumps back up, right? And he's like, wow, you know, I'm not dead, I faked you out, you know? And they're still shooting at him. He's collecting bullets for the barricade, which are his people back in the barricade, right? And he's just like a street kid, but he's having a good time. But, you know, the odds are so overwhelmingly against him, right? And in any event, I mean, he's just having a good time, even though that things are falling apart all around him. I won't tell you what happens to him, but in any event, if you can imagine the scene where, you know, the people in the barricade are watching this little kid dodge bullets and he's out there collecting bullets from dead soldiers. He's inspiring the heck out of the people in the barricade, and that's kind of how I feel sometimes. I mean, I don't feel like I'm inspiring anybody, but it's just, you know, I want to have a good time, even though the odds are overwhelmingly against us, and nobody's going to listen to the right thing to do, and we got these people doing these stupid things in government, and it seems like the more things go downhill, the more the sheeple of America, the people who don't think for themselves and are not critical thinkers, they're going to like give these politicians some sort of credibility, and they're going to like roll up their sleeves, and they're going to show up in front of the camera, and they're going to say, I'm here to deal with the problem, and I'm going to fix all the issues. And you got to be kidding me, man. These are the same people that brought us the problem in the first place. You got to be kidding me. We don't need these politicians. Every single one of them are part of the problem. I mean, it's just putting America in massive debt and giving our sovereignty away to other countries. But anyway, I kind of told my little story, but I think if you get a chance to read Les Miserables, the little kid, Gavroche, man, he rocks. Man, that kid, he has a good time, and he's out dodging bullets, and he knows the odds are against him, but it doesn't stop him from having a good time and smiling. So that's kind of the way I feel a little bit. I'm going to have a good time, and even though we're on a train that looks like we're headed off the cliff, you know, there's no point in why we can't enjoy the ride while it lasts. But if indeed anybody wants to listen, here's my 7-step plan to reform America, right? Number freaking 1, right off the bat. Number 1, we got to abolish the Federal Reserve. Abolish the Federal Reserve, right? That's the number 1 source of evil in the whole world, in my opinion. And, you know, these things are out there for your knowledge to seek. I'm not going to go into details on the Federal Reserve in this video. I'm just saying, number freaking one, abolish the Federal Reserve. Do a YouTube search on it, a Google search on it. Go to my website, www.rudyaarondavis.com. I got embedded YouTube videos now. I don't know how else. I mean, you got to get rid of the Federal Reserve. Number freaking 1, get rid of it today. I mean, before business closes today, go abolish the Federal Reserve. Okay, number 2. Abolish the personal income tax. Okay? Get rid of personal income tax. There's no law on any books that says Americans have to pay personal income tax. You need to research that too. I'm not going to go into detail, but this country got along fine for the first part of its origin with nobody paying personal income tax. And it will get along fine if they abolish it now. You can have businesses pay taxes, and there's other ways to collect taxes, but abolish the personal income tax. Okay? That would tremendously do a tremendous amount of good to recover this country out of the problems that it's got. Okay, stop the bailouts. All the bailouts that are currently in process, we have to immediately stop them. We cannot keep rewarding the incompetent people. We have to reward people that produce and achieve and stop rewarding the incompetent. If you're going to punish the producers and achievers, it's all over with. I mean, you might as well just turn the country over to Karl Marx. Okay? So if you want America to be driven by Karl Marx, then keep doing the bailouts, keep rewarding the banks who are incompetent and drove their banks into the ground, and the banks who did right and who did proper business functions, we can punish the hell out of them. But all the people who ran their banks into the ground, let's just keep rewarding them, and they can take their fancy ass vacation. Sorry about the cuss word. Okay, it's called non-interventionism. Okay, I'm going to put the book up on here. Ron Paul, A Foreign Policy of Freedom. He wrote a whole book on it. It's called Non-Interventionism. And people are going to call me an isolationist. Isolationism is much different than non-interventionism. Okay, so read the book, man. I don't know what to say. He has it all in there. We need to withdraw our troops. We can't police the world. We got to take care of America. I'm not going to go into detail. Read Ron Paul's book, man. He's got it together on foreign policy. He knows what he's talking about. It's called non-interventionism. Return to our constitutional values, okay? This country was founded on the Constitution. For all you yahoos out there who are not even United States citizens want to argue with me about the Second Amendment, I don't really care to hear anything you got to say. I don't give a crap what they did in Britain. I don't give a crap what they did in Australia. This is America, and you're not getting our guns. And I've made several videos that how strongly I feel about that. I'm willing to fight for the Second Amendment if necessary. And I can really get loud and scream and holler, and I can do all that if I wanted to, but I'm going to try to keep it calm. But I feel very strongly about the Second Amendment, and you ain't getting our guns. I don't give a crap that Britain gave up their guns. I don't give a crap that Australia gave up their guns. This is America, and you're not getting our guns. You're not going to confiscate our guns. That's just simple as that. And what's the point of being alive? What's the point in being alive in a country where you can't own a gun and defend yourself, your loved ones, and your property? What is the point? I'm not going to live I'm not going to live where people are not free men that have the right to protect themselves. Watch a Ted Nugent video, and he made a video recently on the Second Amendment. I don't know what else to tell you. If you don't believe in the Second Amendment, go to another channel. You don't have to listen to me, and if you put any comments, I'll probably approve them, but then I'm going to block your ass immediately. Sorry about the cuss word. Okay, number 6. Okay, that was step number 5. Step number 6, punish the corrupt. I don't care if it's socialism, communism, or capitalism. Any system, when it has corruption, will fail. And we have way too much corruption. Barack Obama can't even seem to find anybody that hadn't paid their taxes, right? And I'm saying if they don't pay their taxes, we shouldn't have to pay our taxes. So how about nobody pay their personal income tax, and that way he won't have a hard time finding anybody to fill his cabinet positions, right? Punish the corrupt. I don't care what your corruption is. If you are police brutality and you beat on a 15-year-old girl, like the videos that was just recently talked about, whatever your corruption may be, we have to punish the corrupt, and we have to have people in positions in the United States government that will carry that forward and have some sort of ethical and moral basis. We cannot become like Mexico, where the government is full of corruption, and that's where we're headed to if the American people doesn't stand up and demand that corruption be punished. Okay, the last thing, reform our education. I know I don't have much time. We need to reform our education. We have to educate the masses. There's too many sheeple in America that watch American Idol and Paris Hilton and Britney Spears and get into all this crap on TV, and they don't understand what's going on. We have to educate the masses. It is imperative that we educate the people of America so that we don't continue to go down this road. The most important thing we can do is educate people all around us so that they understand the values this country was based on. And that's all I got to say. If those are 7 steps, if we do those 7 steps, I think we'll get back on track. I know that we're not going to do it, so I'm going to be like little Gavroche. If you read Les Miserables, you'll find out what happened to Gavroche, but I'm not going to tell you here. Anyway, y'all have a great day. God bless you all, and that's my video for today.